Ready for the final match of the night. Interesting sequence for Isaac Trumble, who's ranked 4th now against number 3, Wyatt Hendrickson. Trumble was pinned by Hendrickson in 2 minutes 35 seconds in Las Vegas. His only other loss of the year was getting pinned by Colton Schultz of Arizona State when Schultz was ranked number 5. But here recently, Trumble wrestled Schultz again and major decisioned him. So he's only got 2 losses, and one of those he avenged. So here we go. He's looking for revenge against Hendrickson, who has 5 pins, 4 tech falls, an injury default, and 1 11-5 regular decision against Colton Schultz.
Well, these guys can move, right? Like, you know, Trumble's going to make those adjustments. That's one thing we were talking to Coach Pat Papalizio about, right? He's a veteran for sure, right? He's a 2-time NCAA qualifier, 2nd place finish at the U.S. Olympic trials at 97 kilos. And like you talked about, Wyatt got the fall win in the CKP final.
Hendrickson, the double. And there's 3. Hendrickson from Newton, Kansas, transferred from the Air Force, of course. Twice has finished 3rd at the Nationals. And Trumble from Springfield, Nebraska. Granby by Trumble, not there. He's come up from 197. Weighed in about 237.5 today, and Hendrickson about 255.5, so about 18-pound weight difference.
Okay, so what was going on? North Carolina State threw the brick probably about 20-25 seconds ago on locked hands when Trumble was down. I couldn't tell. I'll have to review. I think Hendrickson was talking about that. Briscoe kept informing him that he was, but I don't know if he could hear him that brick was out there. I need to tell Pat, you got to throw the brick, man. You just tossed that one. You got to throw it all the way out there. So they're going to take a look at this. If we can get a review of that on the screen.
Got to give the fastball or the fast break.
Yeah. So if it's right now it's 3-0. Obviously, if it was a technical violation of locked hands, it'll be 3-1. They'll adjust the riding time and all that good stuff. So that's kind of where we're at right now in this match. They are looking for that review. That was a good attack by Hendrickson to go score that first takedown. Kind of leaning. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Here's this replay. Trumble's in the quad pod, right? Well, yes. They were clashed, so we'll... that should be 1 point for Trumble in that position, right there. Well, let's see. Once his hands touch, right there. There you go. Well, he went. They were locked, then it looked like he went. I don't know. Then I think he locked again, but here's the deal. The right hand was still down, and he reached up with his left hand. So
we'll see how they decide.
We'll see how they decided, man. And like I said, that's what they're doing right now. Once they'll come down this way and talk to the scoreboard, and we'll kind of let it know and see what happens. Let's see.
They didn't adjust the riding.
Yeah, I don't know. No locked hands.
No
locked hands. Okay. So he did a really good job explaining it. With his hands was up, and then it kind of went back down, and that's what looked like I saw Hendrickson kind of undo. Like it wasn't a luff, but it's it's out there. So score is 3-0. No adjustments made at all.
We sort of knew what they had decided because they didn't adjust the riding time.
Well, they didn't adjust the riding time, and
as soon as they didn't do that and they started to go back out there, I said, okay, it's going to be no locked hands.
And then they did give NC State the brick back.
So Hendrickson 3-0 lead, a good spin out by Trumble to make it 3-1.
Nice cutback. Nice cutback by Trumble in that position.
48 seconds riding time for Hendrickson. 3-1 score.
You know, and this is my first time to see Trumble this close wrestling. And, like you mentioned, came up from 197 and I text Jamil. I'm like, man, this dude is a good sized cat, man. And Jamil's like, yeah, he's starting to fill out a little bit.
Yeah, 237
right?
roughly, and as Coach Popolizio said, trying to make 97 got to be really tough. Said he was running 30 miles a week to try to get his weight down. And he's still adjusting to what he can do against the various size heavyweights.
Well, and that's another thing that Popolizio was talking about, right? He was trying to wrestle these heavyweights like he's wrestling 97-pounders. And there's obviously a size and strength level difference, should I say, to those guys. But good re-attack by Hendrickson there. Trumble's doing a really good job. Hendrickson's got to start trying to get his head underneath that elbow.
And there's 3. Wow. That's sheer strength by Hendrickson.
Well, that's what Coach Popolizio was talking about. And it's not that Trumble did anything bad in that position, but I'm pretty sure when he was down at 97, he could squirm out of that. But you're up here wrestling another guy that's 250-some-odd pounds. You know, it's a little bit different, but that was a good sequence there by both guys.
6-2 after the escape. Good for Trumble because he didn't have much time left to get that escape. Time runs out. 6-2 on the board. 1:05 riding time for Hendrickson. Trumble's choice. He says he's taking bottom.
They just announced the attendance.
8,212, so that's great.
That's really great for a made-up day.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of our alumni had, I think I mentioned this before, had to.
Sure. And a weeknight, you know, too. Not a weekend.
Yep.
A weeknight. Speaking of matchups, don't forget this coming Sunday. West Virginia comes to town.
Yep. And another thing, Jay, I forgot to mention about Trumble. Obviously, we talked about Hendrickson and his U23 worlds and different medals and like that. Trumble was a U23 97-kilo world champ.
Hendrickson trying to roll him through, but he's got to be careful. Putting himself on his back.
Let's go a little crotch lift freestyle and get 3 near fall. That's exactly what he just did.
Hendrickson, 3 points on the near fall.
Good job there. So 3 near fall makes it 9-2, and the riding time is climbing.
My man went crotch lift.
Hendrickson still piling up the score in the riding time.
Trumble's in a really good position right here if he can scoop that bottom leg and isolate that bottom leg. Let's see if he starts looking for a cradle here.
Oh, he gave the reverse. And the near fall.
No swipes. No swipes, just a reversal.
Well, he did swipe, but not 2, apparently. 9-4 on the board. 30 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, there was no swipes, just 2 reversal. It was close to a turf position.
Hendrickson gets to his base. Gets his all 4s.
That was a really good job by Trumble in that position, kind of from where he started to where he ended up.
7 seconds left. Hendrickson trying to get away, not having any luck though.
He was thinking about a Granby roll there.
He was. Oh, he didn't quite get away. Good job by Trumble, hanging on.
Hendrickson was thinking about a Granby roll.
So 9-4, riding time still 144 in favor of Hendrickson. He chooses bottom.
Hey, I tell you what, good job by Trumble, right? We talked about those adjustments that he has to make. I think in that first bout at Las Vegas, he kind of got caught sitting on his butt, maybe a little bit overwhelmed, but he's putting himself right back in this match with that reversal.
So what does he try here? A ride and a turn, or let him go and go after him on his feet?
Well, I think he's going to commit to the ride a little bit, right? Like, Hendrickson is good from bottom position, but, you know, see if I can take some of this ride time down. Look, throwing in boots and see what he can do. You know, Hendrickson obviously has controlled everything from their feet and maybe swipes in this position. So, you know, he's definitely not out of this match. And he's got that boot in. He's going to start looking for a Turk himself if he can get under Hendrickson's neck there. Throat, should I say.
Hendrickson trying to pull the hands back, but Trumble doing a good job on top.
Yeah.
Hendrickson's not used to being ridden.
Listen, that's why, you know, you always try to tell your guys every match is different. So they're kind of looking here. They want him to cut it.
Yeah, the righty time's under a minute, so he could cut him here.
Yeah, it's 1:09 left in this period. Riding time's down to 45 seconds for Hendrickson. And there's a stall call for Hendrickson there.
And he releases him to make it 10-4.
Makes it 10-4. Circling out of bounds.
Hendrickson.
Another shot by Hendrickson, man.
Trumble fighting it.
Good match, guys.
44 seconds left. No score here yet.
Okay, this is Trumble's position. This is where they are at last time. Hendrickson's head has to get under Trumble's knee. I don't know if it is or isn't.
Can't see it from here, and they're off.
It was, but Trumble did a good job of getting his hips high.
30 seconds left, 10-4. Riding time has been erased, under a minute. And Hendrickson just kind of hanging on with 20 seconds left. Good effort by Trumble.
Awesome.
To stay in the match. It looked like he was out of it earlier.
Yep. This was good stuff. Back and forth. He made those adjustments. He you know, closed the gap a little bit. Obviously got pinned early and came back, and now it's 10-4.
And that's the way this one is.
Good job, fellas.
10-4. Hendrickson. Cowboys end up winning the duel 34-3. And that makes, for these 8 matches they've had, 285-42 points advantage in those duels. Pretty amazing. Good effort by Isaac Trumble to make a good match.
Yeah. Good match by both those guys out there. Two high-level guys, 3 and 4 in the nation, right? So that's what's key about it. You get to see these guys wrestle at this high level. Good competition all around from NC State side, from Oklahoma State side. So until next Sunday, we will be back here with West Virginia in the build.
2 o'clock match on Sunday afternoon, assuming there's no travel problems again. But it's been a pleasure seeing as Oklahoma State loses the first match of the night and then wins 9 straight. And including the big stunning pin, probably the match of the night to me was Kel Hughes' stunning pin at the end of that match when it was a 0-0 match at the time. We've enjoyed bringing it. Come back, 2 o'clock next Sunday. You've been watching Big 12 Now on ESPN+.